this is Josh here with the GoKaioken channel, and today we have a couple repairs to do to the X-Maxx. So I've already got the body off, the 4 tires have been taken off. I had to replace the left rear axle carrier because that broke. It actually snapped during a jump and a wreck, and then looks like the right steering carrier. I don't know exactly what that is called, but I already have that part ordered and that's on its way. I also picked up some 20 mil weight fluid and the rebuild kit for the differentials. This also works for the center differential, so pretty sure that is what is clicking and making it so that it doesn't seem like a whole lot of power is getting to the rear whenever I floor it. But I'm gonna go ahead and start taking this apart. I actually need to take the motor off and get the rear module separated from the truck, and of course I'll take you guys along. Not so much of taking this apart. If you want to see this, check out some of my other videos where I take it apart. I'm doing the rear, actually the rear differential rebuild will show taking the rear module off, so check that out. But once I get to the center differential, I'll start recording again and I'll show you guys what that looks like as far as me rebuilding the center diff, putting the 20 mil weight fluid in there, and then also adding a little bit of 1 million weight to help fill out that space. I'm not going to put a whole lot of the 20 mil, really just mostly around where the gears mesh up, but this will help fill the space in between. It'll mix with the 20 mil and then kind of reduce that a little bit. But all right, so I've got the X-Maxx tore down to the point where I have the torque biasing center differential here. Taking a look at the outer gear, and that looks completely fine. Same thing with this gear that connects to the rear differential. This looks good. So pretty sure the problem is on the inside. So yep, just had to pop that out. I'm gonna set this right over here just for now. So we've got a couple bearings. I'll take that bearing off that side. Can remove this. Gonna make sure I keep this in the right order. That goes there, and that's gonna go on that side. So all right, what's up you guys? Sorry about the jump cut here. It is the next morning, and so let's get back to rebuilding the center differential. There we go. All right, so taking this and pushing on the inside helped release this gear. There we go. Okay, these gears out. Jeez. There we go. Okay, and then got the other side here. We should just push out. Yep, just like that. We'll take this, push it the rest of the way. Okay. There we go. So the casing, as it should, looks pretty good. Same thing with this side. I believe on this end. Okay, yeah, that's just a gasket that can stay there. Either way, let's get these off. Once I get this taken apart, I'll show you guys. All right, so these metal blocks, they have an insert or a slice that sticks out, and it's tapered on one side. So that slice goes on the outside, or points towards the outside of the casing, and then the taper points down. So just remember that. If you look on the inside of the case, you can see exactly the shape that needs to line back up with. So anyways, we're replacing all 4 of these little tiny gears, as well as these 2 outer gears. We have new shims, new gears there. You can see them all in the pack here. We're going to reuse the gaskets. We're also going to reuse, again, those little blocks. And the center shafts. There's all the new gears. I'll take the shim, put that on, and drop that down. Through the gasket and through the bottom of the casing. Just like that. Okay. Now on this side, same deal. Got the shim, I'll place that over. And through the gasket and the casing. Boom. Just like that. This part, we're going to clean up some of the gunk. Okay, same thing here. The new gears going on first, pointing inwards, and then the metal plate. Let's just clean the front of this off a little bit. Put that gear on and get this cleaned up. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. Both taper sides pointing the same direction. All right. So there's that one. Oops, actually I have that on backwards. I have to flip those around. The pointed side has to be pointing outwards. Okay. Same thing here. All right, so now I'll grab our 20 mil weight fluid. This is the weight that Traxxas calls for from the factory. All right, see how clear that is compared to what's in there right now? It definitely shows signs of wear. Now this is extremely thick stuff, so I'm gonna grab a flathead screwdriver. Drop some down in there. This you got to kind of push down into the grooves. Not packed super tight, just enough to kind of fill that in. Whenever you go to screw everything back together, it'll really close it down. So there's that. Insert. Oops. Insert these down into the slots. Okay. There's that. Make sure there. So the shaft on the inside, just like with the front and rear differentials, it's got a slot where the two shafts will overlap. So just make sure that's pointing the right direction whenever you're going to put this in. Make sure that points down since the one in there is pointing up. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So that's going to be pushed all the way down. Now, I'm just going to put a little bit in between. Of course, you don't want to overpack these either, but just a little bit in between each of those 4 gears. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see that. Now I'm going to take some 1 million weight and let some of that flow in. See, can see it's not as thick. See that? Don't need a lot. Just want some of this to help fill out that gap, that space in between. So really help close it down. There we go. Just using my glove to help push that in. I can get the rest of that off of here. Okay. I'm gonna switch gloves out just because that is really sticky. Okay. Top this. And then lastly, I'm just going to put a little bit of the 20 mil on this end, right on top of this gear, and just help kind of mush that. Again, just filling in that space. And then whenever we smash this together, it'll be good. So you've got all these little dots here that line up, then you've got the 4 outside slots that line up there. So just line everything up, make sure your gasket is set properly, and then just drop that in. Push everything together, and then when we tighten this down, good to go. Put light pressure on this side, not tightening all the way. Then I'm going to go across to this side. Here. And here. I'm not going to worry about any Loctite. I don't think it's necessary. I didn't see any residue of Loctite whenever I took these screws off. So before I continue, I cover up our fluid here. Set these aside. All right, now let's tighten these down all the way. All right, let me take this glove off just so I get a little bit better grip here. Okay, so there's that. Now, as far as getting this back together, I'll show you guys the first few steps there, and then that will conclude the video. So you've got this bearing that came off of this side. That goes back on smoothly. And this, we had bearing on that wrapped around here. Make sure that it goes back on smoothly. Perfect. And then this bearing on this side just pushed onto this shaft. This actually inserts on this side. Drops down here. Okay. This goes in there. We have to lift that up and then down. There we go. And I'll make sure I have a good amount of marine grease here. From this part, this just flips over and onto here, like so. All right, so from here, it's just putting everything back together. So appreciate you guys watching. If you like this video, be sure to let me know by leaving a like, comment if you have any questions whatsoever. I'll try to answer all of them. And if you want to see more content like this, be sure to hit subscribe and that notification bell to be notified anytime I upload a new video. So thanks again for watching. You guys take care.